Right, I had a little bit of yarn left over from my pillow covers, and I made 2 of the teal squares, 1 of the black, and 1 of the natural. That's all I had left of those. So now I'm going to show you how to make just a flat granny square with the chunky yarn. You start with a magic circle, however you make yours. If you don't know how, this is how I make mine. Bring the tail over my 2 fingers, bring the working yarn behind, make an X, kind of hold on to it there. Put your hook, I'm using a 9mm for the squares, under that first part of the X, over the next part of the X, pull it under. Your circle's going to kind of flip around. There's your tail, make sure you know where your tail is, that's really important. That's what helps you close your circle up. All right, bring that through and just make a chain to lock it in. Make sure that your tail is working to pull the circle tight. That's what you'll need when you're finished. The most important thing to remember when you're working in the magic circle is to go in the circle and under that tail. You have to go under that tail. All right, we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to make 3 double crochets. Yarn over, go under, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Let's do that again. That was 1. Yarn over, go into that circle under the tail, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. Let's do that again. So we'll have 3 double crochet, chain 2, another 3 double crochet. That chain 2 is going to be our corner. 1, 2, 3. You're going to have 4 sides and 4 corners. Right now we have 2 sides. I need to chain 2 for my next corner. 3 more double crochet. This will be our 3rd side. 1, 2, 3, chain 2. So we have 1, 2, 3 sides. We need a 4th side for our square, but we're only going to go with 2 double crochet because we're going to meet up with this corner here. Find your 3rd chain, 1, 2, 3. Go in the front and back loop. If you have difficulty going through both with your big hook, just for this part of the pattern, get a smaller hook to pull through. Pull through with a slip stitch, go into that corner and make another slip stitch. You can pull that center tight now, nice and tight. We'll weave that in later, or you can weave it in now if you're better about weaving in than I am. I always leave it to the last. All right, so we joined with a slip stitch. We made a slip stitch into the corner, and now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to make 2 double crochet into this corner. 1, 2. Now, let me tell you what's going to happen here. Every corner gets 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Well, right now, this is acting as a double crochet and a chain 2. When we come back around, we're going to come back into this corner and make another double crochet and attach to this one. And that's what's going to happen on each round. We are on round 2. That was round 1. That's what it should look like. And now we're on round 2. All right, so we made a partial corner there. For every double crochet you have here, we're going to go in and make another double crochet on top. Make sure you pull this last double crochet from your corner over, because very often that first double crochet there hides. So a double crochet, we had 3 on each side, so we'll need 3. 1, 2, go right into it. 3, we've reached a corner. And there it is. Every corner gets 2 double crochet, a chain 2, and 2 more double crochet. So there's 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Remember, you can always pause this video, fast forward, rewind, mute, and I'll have text on there also. Now, this is what happens. This first double crochet after the corner very often is hiding, so pull that over and find it. And we're going to go in with a double crochet in each of the double crochet across, and there are 3. 1, 2, see that? And 3. Now, we've reached another corner. That was fast. Remember, the corners each get 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. Basically, you are making another corner for the next round. As you can see, that chain 2 makes your corner. Okay, ooh, that one's trying to hide. Pull it out there. Another 3. We're on a side again. 1, 2, 3. It's a square, but we're going in rounds because you're going around. All right, there's another corner. That's right, 2 double crochet, followed by chain 2, making your next corner, and another 2 double crochet in that very same corner space. Ta-da! See how fast it works up with chunky yarn? I love chunky yarn. All right, pull this one over. 1, 2, and 3. It's really important that you get your stitch count correct when you're making a square because it has to be equal on all sides. All right, here's where we started. Remember I said we had that chain 4 is counting as the first double crochet in our corner, and they're the other 2. Well, we still need another one in that corner, so you have to go all the way down into that corner and make a double crochet. And now you're going to find your 3rd chain. 1, 2, 3, there it is. Go in front and back. If it gives you a hard time, use a smaller hook. I quite often do that. There we go. Slip stitch. Go into the corner, slip stitch. That just keeps that from getting too big and open. No big holes. All right, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And into that corner, we're making the other part of our corner with 2 double crochet. And remember, we're going to come back at the end and make another double crochet here to finish out this corner. Now, because you added 2 double crochet at the beginning of each corner here to our 3 double crochet, now you have 7. So we'll be going into 7 double crochet. Really important here, pull that over, find your first one, make sure your stitch count is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's always a nice feeling when you get to the end of the row and you have the correct number of stitches. Here's your corner. So 2 double crochet. We're just making another corner. Chain 2. We're going to be making 4 rounds. Chain 2, another 2 double crochet in that corner, making another corner for our next round. All right, oops, pull that over. It was indeed hiding. We should have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've reached another corner. See how big it's getting already? Yay for chunky yarn. 2 double crochet in the corner with a chain 2. 1, 2 double crochet, chain 2, and another 2 double crochet, making a corner for our next round. All right, another 7. We're on the side. Don't let it hide from you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. Now there's a corner. So 2 double crochet in your corner, always, always. 1, 2, chain 2. Now this is for the flat granny square. I'll show you how to make some other granny squares in another video. I have 2 double crochet, chain 2, and I need 2 double crochet. I only had 1. All right, we're coming across. We should still have 7 on our last side of this round, which should be round 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, it is. 1, 2. Always good to go back and count if you've lost track. 3, 4. I count so much when I'm crocheting that when I start counting, my dogs fall asleep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there is one more. Yay, 7. Now remember, we have to complete the corner here. We just have the first and the second 2. So we have to come way down into that corner with a double crochet. Find your 3rd chain. 1, 2, 3. Go in the front and the back loops. With a slip stitch, go into the corner with a slip stitch. It should be looking something like this. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be the last round that I'm doing because that's how much yarn I had for my leftover yarn. You can make it much larger. You could make a great big square blanket. You could make squares to join together to make a blanket, make a sweater. Super cute. All right, so that's our beginning double crochet and chain. So we need 2 more in this corner. I know that can get confusing, and some people do it differently, and sometimes I do it differently. I like this method because it seems to leave fewer holes, and you don't end up with crooked lines. All right, make sure you find that first one. We still have 7. Oh no, we're on the next row. Let me explain about the next row. Goodness. Our round 4. 1, 2, 3. We're on 4. So remember we had 3 to begin with, and we added 2 from each corner, so we had 7. Excuse me. So now we had 7 to begin with, and we had 2 from each corner, so now we have 11. You should have 11 that you're going into. I probably should not talk so much while I'm crocheting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. There we are at a corner. Same old, same old. 2 double crochet, chain 2. Oop, lose my yarn. 2 double crochet. There we go. And now we should have 11. Make sure you pull that over. See how much that's hiding? The bigger the square gets, the more they hide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Back to corner. Chain 2. Or not chain 2, sorry. 2 double crochet. Getting ahead of myself. Now chain 2. 2 double crochet. Look how big that's getting. It's so cushy, so soft. All right, 11. Make sure you find that first one. It's tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I went a little loose on that one. And 11. Back to our corner. 2 double crochet in the corner, followed by chain 2. 2 double crochet, and we're ready for our last row of this 4th round, and it will be our last round. If you continued, you keep adding 2 to your row. So we had 11, the next row would have 15. Right now we have 11. Pull that over. So close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and don't forget we still have to have our very first double crochet from that corner. So go all the way into the corner, double crochet, find your 3rd chain, 1, 2, 3, That one's really tricky. Slip stitch, go into the corner, slip stitch. You could chain one, cut your yarn, pull it tight, fasten off. That would be just fine and dandy. Whoops. I'm going to do an invisible join, and I'll be happy to show you how to do that, how I do it. Just pull through, don't make a chain, just pull it through loosely. My handy dandy old pink plastic needle. All right, now you see the stitch that you're coming out of, and there's a stitch after it. You want to skip that one. You want to go into this one. Go under both the front and the back loop. Pull it kind of loosely. Now, you see where that's coming through? Your beginning yarn, go into that and just behind it. Still pull loosely right now. You're going to kind of round that corner up. The idea is to create another little V there. So you've just made a stitch instead of a knot. And that's why it's called an invisible join. You can't really tell. So then all you have to do now is weave in your ends. Oop, that's my ring hitting the table. I'm just going to go up and down here a little bit. Whenever you can split through the yarn, not every time, but here and there, like that, you'll hear it split. It just makes it a little more secure. I'm going to call that good. Remember, yes, you do want to cut it close, but make sure that you do not cut your crochet stitches, because that's a disaster. See? Can't even see it. Yeah, I could pull that a little tighter. Okay. Pull your center tail there really tight, really snug. You don't want that coming apart. All I do is go in and out. In and out the tunnel. Whoops, I have a tendency to do this. I should pull that tail closer to the edge. Again, just kind of in and out. This is the back side. Doesn't have to be super pretty. It does have to be super secure. So jump over the one that you came out of. Try to go, if you went over one the other way, go under it this way. It's not an absolute necessity. There, I split through the yarn. Well, it would help if I was in camera. So I want to go over that one, under that one. No hard fast rule. Come back one more time. Just part way. That's not going anywhere. That could go through 100 washes. It's not going to come out. Now remember, yes, I want you to clip it a little bit close, but I'd rather you leave it out here than cut your crochet stitches, because that's disastrous. And I know that because I have done it, and it's sad. All right, now we have to figure out what to make with this cute square. Let's figure it out. All right, because I didn't have very much yarn left and I just had enough to make a square. I don't even know how big these squares are, maybe 5 or 6 inches. Let's check it out. Ooh, 8 inches, 8 inches square. So I ended up making some little pouches. Super simple, super cute. I made one for myself about a year ago, and I keep my credit cards in a little protective sleeve in there. Sometimes a little packet of tissues and a lip gloss. If you wanted to make a purse for a little one, you could just put a chain, attach the yarn here, make a chain as however long you want, attach it here, go back up with either a single crochet or half double crochet in each chain, and then attach it here, and you have a cute tiny little purse. You could make a much larger square if you had more yarn and do the same thing. This one I really enjoy because when I went to sew the button on, I realized the holes were big enough that my larger darning needle could go through, and it was a lot easier to thread it. Also super cute. And I made one in the cream, or the natural color rather. I have one here. I actually started on a new skein just to show you how to make that square. And now I'm going to show you how to make the little pouch. Those buttons all came in that same set that I talked about earlier, and there's a link to them to Amazon on my website where the free pattern is for the pillow covers. So you want to turn it where the wrong side is facing you. That's just the one that's not quite as pretty. So kind of fold in your corners there into the middle. Just let your seams meet up. It's not going to go straight into the middle. You'll see what we're doing here. And then this is going to come over, and it has a ready-made buttonhole for you. And I'll show you how I stitched them. I need to get some yarn on my needle. I'll be right back. All right, I am just very simply going to bring my yarn into the corner, tie it a couple of times pretty tightly. I'll come back and weave that in later. And put it on the inside. There, bring your edges together. This is, I think it's a modified mattress stitch, I'm not sure. Basically, it's like lacing a shoe. You're going to go just into that loop that's closer to the middle. Go in from the middle. Find the stitch that matches it on the other side and go in from the middle. Pull it through. Just go kind of loosely. We can tighten it up later if we need to. The next stitch in from the middle. Yep, I should have caught that whole stitch there. It won't matter when it's all sewn together. Next stitch in from the middle. Just try to match them up, one across from the other. I do talk to myself. In from the middle. I'm easily distracted. It keeps me on track. Well, let's make sure. Okay, it did not come out of this one. There we go. I'm going to go through the whole stitch here because we're just at the top. And one more here. Just kind of eyeball it. Now you can just come across the stitch here. Nothing special. I just went in and out. All right, bring your other edge together. Make sure your corners there, they're pretty much equal. I'm going to start up here. In from the middle. In from the middle. In from the middle, across. In from the middle. Just like lacing shoes. I have not laced a pair of shoes in ages. I mostly wear slip-ons. Just go on down to the corner. See, by going into just one of the loops, the loop that's closest to the middle, you end up with a nice little edging here on both sides. I think that looks really nice. I think we have one more. And when you get to your corner, just weave it in a few times. Secure it. Pull it kind of snug. Be very careful with your scissors. You'll still have one. Oops, you'll still have one end to weave in on the inside. Just match up. This part's, I usually bring it over that corner, down a little bit further. And just sew your button on. That's what it's going to look like. They're very handy. Look how cute. And make great gifts. Really, really quick to make. And you can use leftover yarn. It doesn't have to be chunky yarn. If you used lighter weight yarn, the holes will be smaller, tighter stitch probably, so you could put some smaller things in there. I wouldn't put any coins, might fall out, but they're very useful. I will say I use mine all the time. It's one of the few things I've made for myself, and I made it just out of an 8-inch square. I hope you enjoy that. I hope you make some. Let me know.